Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. As promised, I will be doing a compilation of all of the heroes within each of the domains as for Demon Conquest as soon as they're completely finished. And as you know, the guilds have done their racing for the first 20 slots. I will do a compilation of all the boss mechanics for the domain so that you're able to come in here, beat the milestones, and then claim all of the rewards so you can build your Sotra. But over here, if you join an existing guild that has beaten, you should be able to claim all of these rewards immediately, which is super nice because, I'm sure this video will age well. And if you're a player that joined a guild that has already gotten, 4 of these beaten, you would have gotten 4 boxes of these right away, which means you get to pick one of these really nice heroes for free immediately upon joining that guild. So that is really, really nice. So let's get into all of the different bosses inside Demon Prison. So once all of them are cleared, you can go in here and challenge each one of them. When you finish doing enough damage to the boss, you will be able to claim all the rewards. So first boss, Assy, super easy. You can do whatever the heck you want. You just need to do 200 mil damage. Just bring any sort of DPS damage dealer in here, and you can see you don't really need to build any specific team here. On my second turn, I probably will hit the 200 mark. And so it's sort of like the warm-up for all of the bosses. Just make sure you don't bring any defense-based hero because it will bring your defense down. And if you get hit by it twice, it will go down to 1. So Damu Indra will not work very well there unless you're able to cleanse it very frequently. For the second boss, Zara, what you need to do is just to make sure you use a mono mark teams, because if you use more than 2 marks, you end up with statues and it's really annoying. So if you do red, just pick all red heroes that are able to do damage, and you should be fine getting to, I think, the 200 or 400 mil mark. So you can see here. They will naturally come up with ice statues because you only have 1 statue. It will taunt it, and you will kill it right away, and then you'll be able to go back to killing the boss. All right, so here, hopefully this is relatively straightforward, and you can see, just bring your best DPS. One of these DPS probably is enough to do it. You just need to pick one of the mark, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so that's the second boss. Okay, you need to do 400 mil damage. That shouldn't be too difficult. For the next one, you need to do 600. For this boss, anybody with the smashers can smash the ice sculpture. If you don't smash the sculpture, you will not be able to do the damage. So often here is sort of like a manual mechanic. This is where your Damu Indra teams will work really well. And what you want to do is just pay attention to has the smasher. So the smasher person on your team should have there should be a mark on your team to indicate who is able to smash. But let's see. Okay, so you see how there's a little mark here on Damu. So Damu is the one that's able to smash. So just make sure Damu's primary target is that marked one as well. So then once it's down, you can just easily do your Damu Indra thing and be able to kill the boss. Probably shouldn't have done that, but okay, so now let's see who has the mark. So it's Lydia. So you see, it doesn't matter who attacks, you won't be able to hit it, but because Lydia has the little mark, Lydia just need to make sure you're clicking on that particular one instead. Let's do one more. And we rinse and repeat. And with a setup like this, you should have no problem, as you can see, to get to that 600 mil mark. So there you go, almost 600 mil. So just do it one more time. Now you should be good to go. Okay, so that's Gramdy. All right, on to the next one. After Gramdy, we have Elteron. Let's see, for this boss, Okay, you got the Windstorm Glaze. So this is, again, similar. You can run a similar lineup like this. Well, you just need to be careful of, again, for this one, we'll just put a Bambi pet just to be safe in case we mess up. All right, so for this one, what you have is you have these really annoying little left and right pulls. What you need to do is once you start getting these marks on yourself, you need to make sure you get rid of them by picking the right side to hit. Okay, so we can start and we're able to do damage, but once the boss makes a move, we won't be able to do damage anymore. Okay, so hit once, hit twice. Okay. The boss is about to move. One more turn. Okay. All right, now you can see, right? We got all of our heroes with the snow mark pointing to the right, which means we need to hit the one on the right-hand side. So make sure that whatever attack you use, you click on the right-hand side one. And you can see by doing so, you get rid of the mark on yourself. Again, same thing, click on the right hero, you're good. And when you do it 3 times, the mark on top of the boss will be removed, so you're able to now effectively do damage to it. Now, it does get a little bit annoying because you don't want to waste Indra's mark on the boss, but you can see after that hit, we are just going to use Big Jack to boost Indra instead. So we're able to consume all the marks on the enemy side. And ta-da, we're almost there for the enough damage. We'll just do one more cycle. So next time when the boss takes a turn, we'll see another mark there. Here, let's just get rid of the boss hit there. Now, ideally you get, if you're not using a Big Jack, you make sure you get rid of that on everybody. Otherwise, whoever has it will take now a really big hit. Now you can see everybody has a mark pointing the other way. So this time around, to get rid of it, you just hit the one on the left-hand side. Everyone hit the left-hand side. And so on and so forth. And you cycle repeat. But you can see we're already at the 800 mark or 600. So we're good to go. On to the next boss. Okay, so that required. So here for Chardonnay, for this particular boss, we'll have synchronization. So that means what we need to do is bring someone with bleed, someone with burning, someone with poison, internal injury, respectively. So ideally, you bring like heroes that can do these type of damage very reliably. So Xiaoyun, for example, will be really good for here. You can use Anhejon. Or Erato, like whoever. Like if you don't, like ideally one of them would do really solid damage, right? So what it says, we need poison. Let's just put Giselle. Giselle has a whole bunch of poison on it. We need bleed, someone that can do a lot of bleed. So let's pick Lance. If you need, yeah, let's just be lazy here. Okay, and let's bring someone that just back it up, right? Like if you really need to, like you can do Damu and Indra for the damage you need to do, and then just focus on hitting the boss. Here, let's do it this way, right? Damu and Indra, make sure we get what we need to do on there, and you can use like other heroes. We're here just mainly to demonstrate the mechanic, right? Okay, so you can see all of the different bosses are here. What you want to do is you want to make sure you get the internal injury onto everybody to get it all lined up. We need poison on everyone. Okay, so we got poison on everyone. You need the poison on that particular hero. Okay. Here, let's apply HP burn to our target that we need to do it. Now we get bleed. Bleed is over here, so we got the bleed. You can see I still have internal injury over there, right? So internal injury, I need to make sure I do it, and I need to do internal injury to do the internal injury hit. Okay, so we're done. Okay, now you can go hit the boss after all the pieces are off. Okay. Here, like really, you don't need Erato, you don't need Giselle. Any hero that can just reliably, okay, keyword reliably apply the dot you need onto desynchronization, you're okay. And once they're synchronized, you're able to now focus on attacking onto the boss. Here, really, you just need a Damu and Indra, make a couple good hits onto the boss. And again, here, really annoying. You got to just clear that up. I think you can apply internal injury here, right? One layer of, then deal internal. So dealing internal injury doesn't count. You actually need to get a dot stack of internal injury. So that's the annoying part. So I'm going to have to use the skill here. Oh, I didn't actually land. Okay, right, because Damu actually doesn't have very good internal injury damage. So here, yeah, that's going to be just a little bit annoying. Let's get the HP burner on there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to get the dot onto there. That's going to be a bit problematic. So this is actually, so for this particular one, you either bring very high effective hit onto Indra if you want to do it this way, or you just don't use Damu Indra combo. You use something like Shaoyuan, which reliably gives you the internal injury onto the enemy. Okay, so now finally we can do the big hit. Do the big hit again, and there you go. So like so, you should be able to get to the 500 mil mark, and we're pretty much almost there. There you go. We're at the 500 mil mark. All right, so that's the Chardonnay boss. All right, okay. On to boss number 6, Allcaster. Here you want to bring a team that's just all control tag. Bring Penny that has all that can do resonance damage very consistently. So here is a great example where basically what you want to do is do resonance damage to all of these enemies that have these little scorpion marks on it. So you can see here 1, 2, 3. I got rid of 3 of them, and I want to be able to charge up resonance from Penny pretty frequently. Once you get rid of some of these, you are now able to attack Allcaster and do solid amount of damage to it. Giselle is super helpful for charging up, as well as providing a shield, because like damage immunity is shield for turns because of her echo. This makes it really helpful because the boss hits very, very hard. And will here Bambi Pet also helps a ton. And every turn there will be some additional scorpions added, so Penny you have to manual this and just pay attention to where the scorpion marks are, and you go after those. The nice thing is the scorpions don't die, so you can keep those marks and be able to use Damu Indra setup for this to get to your damage threshold. All right. Okay. There's a scorpion over here. We need to make sure we get rid of that later. But for the most part, you can just focus on Allcaster and you should be fine. And there you go. You're at the damage threshold. All right. For the very last boss, it is very tricky. I know a lot of players had trouble with Marius. This is the one where you want to bring in another resonance damage dealer, and here Judy is a top pick. I know people also run like a pure support kind of setup and use and bring Marie as well. That totally works fine because Marie can do resonance damage onto the enemy. I don't have an E3 Marie, so getting it set up was a little bit more trickier, so I'm just using Judy here. What you want to do is you want your Penny and your Judy to be the fastest on your team. that was probably the wrong opening there. Again, normally the turn order you want is fastest on Judy, then Penny, then DMU, so that you can start getting rid of some of these layers, kill them because when you kill them, you do lose these lightning stacks, which reduce the damage your Indra does, and you're racing against time here. And you can see, right, like for example, right now, if I were to do a hit on the boss, you can see I do very tiny amount of damage, and that's not helpful. So you definitely don't want to be doing that. That's the wrong thing to be doing. What you need to be doing is actually just waiting for that opportunity to set things up first. So you can see there's 2 levels of that HP lock on it. You need to hit it with 2 different resonance damage types, and then it will reduce the boss damage. It won't make their resonance counter go up as quickly. And this is where now you can do more damage to the boss. So actually it's best to kind of wait for your DMU Indra combo until the right moment. Here I'm just quickly, you want to just try to kill 1 layer at a time. Now Judy does take several turns to recharge it back, so that's why Judy is so important, to make sure Judy is the fast, like really fast on your team. Here I didn't bother even giving Judy gear. It's more for demonstrative purposes, but you want your Judy to be as fast as possible. And in between these turns is where you try to squeeze in some damage onto Marius. I think Judy's almost ready. Judy really needs to have, a couple more turns before being able to charge up her resonance. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to be taking way too much damage. You can see that, you got to kill these little ads soon. Otherwise, you're going to be eating a ton of damage. There we go. Resonance is back. Okay, perfect. Big round. Now we can do some serious damage to the boss. But the key problem is when you kill all of these ads, right, you're going to get rid of all the different stacks you have made on them and the lightning stacks. So that will definitely be a problem for you. That's why, having your Judy's being faster than the rest of your team, being able to kill and quickly stack and then go for that kill in between. Now I can do a big hit. Quickly consume all these stacks. Hopefully Judy's going to get her resonance back. I'm really dying here. So see, again, this is why it's so critical for Judy to be fast. Because if I could have psychoed fast enough to gotten the extra turn there, like I should be fine. And you should always make sure that, yeah. So there, I didn't even get enough damage there because the setup. To do this properly, you really, really need to make sure Judy's fast. Important things I say 3 times. All right, I'm not gonna, but mechanic-wise, hopefully that was enough to explain how to fight the last boss. It is a little bit tricky. I know people have done it with Marie and other resonance-based heroes. Let people know in the comments below how you beat this boss, because I know a lot of players are struggling with this one. Don't be discouraged if you can't beat it right away. It is a very tricky boss to get to 800 million mark. So hopefully this guide has been helpful. If you find this content really helpful, please like and subscribe, and I'll continue to roll out useful guides to help the player base. I'll catch you in the next one. Gandalf out.